What we're going to do in ArtCam Pro today is create a rotary relief. I'm testing out a new rotary axis on one of the routers and wanted something interesting to do. So I'm going to create a weave in a circular pattern and show you how to do that today. The first thing I need to do is start a new model. I've decided that my model is going to be 1 inch tall. Since I'm doing a circle, the circumference is pi, so 3.147, which 3.15 is close enough. I'm going to put the origin at the center and leave my resolution right there in the middle. I want to keep this away from the edges, so I'm going to, since my model is 1, I'm going to bring a couple of guidelines here just to use as a guide when creating my lines so that I have a little extra room to machine. And I'm going to bring one right across here to the center. Yeah, that's close enough. Now, on the left-hand side, I'm going to grab my polyline tool. I'd like to draw a smooth polyline, and I'm going to use the cursor and my guidelines to keep me where I want my line to be. You can see the cursor changes to show me that I'm on my snap point there. Okay, and a simple escape to get me out of the tool. Now, I could use this, but this line, when it connects to this one, it's going to leave a point. And you see how it comes up at an angle here? And I'd like a smooth transition, more like what I have here at the bottom. So if I go into node editing on the left-hand side, I can grab my handles and bring these up so the line will transition straight into the other side. Okay. Now, I'd like another line exactly like this, mirrored over the model or mirrored over itself. So I'm going to go up here to Mirror Objects, make sure that I have Copy Original, and I'm going to mirror vertically over the center. So that gives me 2 lines. Looks good. Let's make it a little more complex, the weave. I'm going to grab both of these and holding Control down so that I create a copy and alternate so that I will slide. Okay, so what I'd like to do is create a copy of these, holding down Control, alternate, and sliding to the center. I have a nice weave going on there. Now, they don't continue off to the left, so I need to create a copy. And I'm going to mirror these objects, and I'm going to mirror it to the left. So now they continue off to the left. Now I need to connect them. As you can see, this piece is not connected to this one. So I'm going to come up here to Join. I have 2 vectors selected. I'll have one after I press Join. Okay. Now the next one is this, connected to this one. I have 2 selected. I'll have one afterward. Okay, that part is done. Now I need a cross section. I'm going to create a weave using the Weave tool, and it needs to know what my cross section is going to be shaped like. So I'm going to have a little fun. I think I'll create a polygon. So if I select the polygon tool, I'm going to create a triangle, 3 sides. There's my angle, and my radius I'm going to have at 0.15. Okay, there it is. I'm going to just drag this off to the side because it's a little bit in the way. Now, for the shape I'm looking for, I'm going to remove this span. The way I do that is go into the node editing, and if I come over here, I can actually right-click, and it will give me an entire list of options, things I can do, and I'm going to remove span inside the brackets, I see that my shortcut key is the letter R. So if I were to press the letter R, I would get the same effect. And now that I've done that, well, I'd like to smooth this out. So if I click on this node, I can right click and it'll give me the option to smooth nodes, shortcut key being the letter S. So if I press the letter S, I get the same effect. That's kind of a neat look, and that's good enough for me today. So I'm going to use that. Let's see how that looks. I'll go into the 3D view so that I can watch what happens. I'm going to turn on my vector, toggle vector visibility here at the top, and go into my select tool, and I'll select each line with the last selection being my cross section. Now in the Weave Wizard, it's going to ask me a few questions, and I know I've used this before, and I'm going to go for a real strong result, which is a 50% underpass and a 50% overpass. Clicking OK, and you can see got a pretty bold result there, but I also went off my model, and I don't want to. I want to bring that back onto the model. So the way I can do that is reducing this cross section. So let's escape out for a minute. We'll actually undo. So if I don't want this as bold, I can come in here to transform, and I can resize this. And I'm just going to bring this width into about 0.15. And I'm also going to bring my height down to 0.15. Now I have maintained aspect ratio turned off, so I was able to enter those in individually. Okay, I like that a little better. So, selecting my lines again, and my cross section, I can go into the Weave Wizard. It remembered my settings. I'm going to click OK. Let's turn the vectors off so we can see what that looks like. And that is exactly what I'd like to see. Now, let's view this in Rotary. At the top, under Reliefs, go way down to the bottom, I have Create Rotary Relief. And now the dialog box comes up and it's asking me if I want to wrap an X and Y. Now for this machine, I'm going to wrap my X values. So, there we go. The exact ring that I'm looking for.